How's it going, everyone? I just want to give an update on my credit spread strategy. Has the month of February is ending, and it's been a really good month. It's not been easy, but trading is really hard, especially in this environment. I want to discuss how to sell credit spreads, how to make easily. I'm not going to say easily, but how to make $100 a day. It might sound easy the way I'm explaining it, but once you're in this battlefield and once you're going through the things, you're going to work for this, okay? But with spreads, it's either like just a very chill day or it's very stressful. Because you got to understand, with Trump in the office, anytime he mentioned tariffs, it can go down really bad. But with what I like about credit spreads is you win in three directions. Okay, so we don't have to have the most precise entry, right? We can get some air and still win. So let me discuss in the chart here how I like to do this. And what I do, everyone, you can watch tons of YouTube videos. There is different variations of what everyone likes to do. Some people like to sell for high premium. Some people, I'm more a conservative player. I like to sell for low premium. And the way I like to do it is I like to try to design this strategy for small accounts. So I want the premium to expire worthless. So if you guys don't know about selling, basically when I sell options, or when you sell credit spreads, you want the premium to go down. You don't want it to go up. You got to think the opposite of a buyer, right? And if it goes worthless, well, you don't use a day trade up. So you can do this every day, this strategy. Whereas if you, buy or sell premium and then you buy it back, you're using a day trade. So that's why I like to do this, and I like to sell way out of the money just to give me more of a probability of winning too. So if you look at an option chain on SPY, I'm only going to focus on SPY, and I'm using Webull here. You can go to vertical, and you can see you can click calls or puts, right? Basically, what I'm looking to do, as this is 0D, so we'll go to 1D, but usually in my examples, usually when I'm trading, I would do 0 DTE, so I make money every day. The goal for this strategy is to build small account or large account, but I'm going to use the example of making $100 every day. All right. So on SPX, you go to the option chain. You can see what I like to do is around 15 to 20 cents. So if you look at the bid, that will fill you instantly. And so what I usually do is I like to try to get in at the mid. So if I see a strike I like and I see the bid at 15, and then I see something like this, I'll be like, I'm going to try to get in for 20 cents. I always like to do 0.15 to 0.2. Obviously, when things are going in the motion, I have to make this decision fast. So if you're in the Discord, you know exactly what I plan to do. Sometimes it's good to go 0.15 and get that better strike, or sometimes it's okay to do 0.20. It just depends on how the price is moving. But if you look at this, what I usually do on a 0.20 to make $100, you would sell 8 contracts, and you're actually making more than $100. I try to, for me personally, I want to make, at least 100. Usually around 150 a day is pretty good for me. But if you look at this, you would make around, with fees subtracted, this will be $140 a day. You can see right here the credit is 160. Usually with fees, you're looking, around it'll be like 18 bucks of fees right here. So pretty much almost 150. But yeah, that's how you set it up. Once you see this, you just hit. It's very simple on Webull. I use Thinkorswim. I use Webull's chart, but same thing. You're gonna see. You're gonna always be on a sell side. Okay, guys. I just want to make that clear. You don't want to be buying these. But with the strategy on how I look to do, it's a very popular strategy on the 15-minute orb. You might hear this a lot. Some people don't know about it, but just for training purposes, I'll teach it again. For today was an example of a harder day, right? Because price literally went up really fast, and let me show you why that was hard. So I sold this swing at 9. I draw my lines top and bottom at the 945. You look at the wicks, right? And you draw your horizontal lines, because basically what this means is if price breaks above this 945, this horizontal line, then price is bullish, and it means price will resume in an uptrend. If it breaks below it, price is generally in a downtrend. Hence, the general trend was down. But you're going to have these little choppy moments here. But with credit spreads, you win in three directions: up, down, or sideways. It's just, as long as it's not extreme to the direction you're against your choosing. So right in here, if you see a body of a candle close under the 945, you would be selling bear calls. And that's why when I alerted in the chat on my day trade alerts, I show you guys exactly which one I'm taking. Taking bear calls here at 10:08, and I told you guys exactly the one I wanted. The bid was 5 cents, ask was 20. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for the mid at 15. I sold 10 contracts here, and this was about, with fees, at about $130 profit. So as you can see right here, about 10:08 right here, as this candle was rising, I sold it on this candle here near the EMA 5. Now, price literally went massively up against us. I mean, look at this massive candle against us. In a blink of an eye, it went up against us. The hard thing with credit spreads is giving it time, because when you have time working for you, or like when price takes a while and it's stagnant and it's it's not going like against you right away, then theta will kill this premium. You want the premium to go down, but I'm not kidding. When I took this thing, I sold this at 15 cents, and the high of the premium just in this one candle went to 55 cents. I thought I was going to get stopped out. But with my system, I'm like, it's a downtrend here. Did I expect this to literally go up? Look at this massive move up from the lows here. This went up 1%. Literally in 30 minutes, SPY went up 1%. And I still survived using my strict rules of 300% stop loss. So I sold at 15 cents. Then my stop loss is 60 cents. Now, if you go lower premium, it's riskier because your stop is tighter. But you don't want to go above 300% in my opinion, because then you're losing too much. And then it's going to take more wins to make back the loss. For this week, I have 4 wins in a row. I didn't lose a single trade this week, and this was a really hard week. My win ratios are way over 90%. This month of February, I have 1 real loss. I did a little greedy, so I technically, I have 2 losses, but I'm still really massively positive even after that. And I'll show you why this has a lot of room for error. But you got to be really strict and disciplined doing this. And I'll tell you guys exactly what I'm doing. I'll tell you guys exactly my stop, exactly everything that you need to know. And I'll make sure you guys are disciplined, okay? Because this is a strategy where it's not for, if you're not disciplined and you're not going to abide by your stop loss, you're going to get wrecked and you'll blow your whole account. Because basically what happens is you're choosing a strike. My strike for this credit spread, you can see right in here, I sold the 60-30, 60-35. So if we go to SPX, I always use SPY because they have a better chart. SPX is a little laggy because they don't trade overnight, so the EMAs aren't going to be as good. So you can see right here, 60-30, 60-35 is where my strike is right over here, and I draw that. So when price got really, price was getting closer right in here, I started to feel the heat because it got to, close to my strike at like 10:30. If price got up to this, near my strikes at, let's say, 3 o'clock, then it wouldn't be a big loss. Like the premium wouldn't be that high. So with credit spreads, it's all about time. Time is everything. The longer the day goes, the faster the theta kicks in. And then, so price can move against you, and still the theta will be, working in your favor, okay? So the hardest thing with credit spreads is getting in and surviving for about 2 hours. Once you get around that 2-hour mark, theta starts kicking in. Like, no joke, like when price went up to this point here, at the same level of here, this premium was like 20 cents. 20 cents compared to over here at this time frame was 55 cents. I was watching it. All right, so that's just one day. We won. Let's go back to the next day. Now I want to show you guys things to be like, okay, we can't just rely totally on orb all the time, because look at this day right here. Here's your 945. I want to give you guys things like this. Isn't just roses and everything. You're gonna make massive money on this whole month of February. Just let me show you the results here. If you're making, me personally, I'm making 150 bucks a day doing this size, because I want to make passive income. I want to make it consistent where it's not, incredibly big if I lose. Because remember, if we have a 300% stop loss, if I lose, it's a $400 loss, 150, 300, or 450. But I'm making 150 bucks every day. And so in the month of February, I got quite a lot of wins, or even the month of January, I did really good too. I had 2 losses in January. So if I win, there's 20 days in a month of trading usually. So I won 18 times, and that brings up my gain to be 2,700. This is for a small account. This is not even a big account. I'm making 150 a day. Well, then I got a minus 450 times 2 is 900. So then I minus 900 for 2 losses. So, whoops. My bad. So it's gonna be okay. So we'll do 150 times that by 18 trading days, 18 wins. I won that, and then I lost 2 trades. So then minus 900, and then you're looking at a profit of 1800. Now, realistically though, this is why this strategy is so good. You can lose 4 times and still not being crazily positive, but you can still be positive. All right, you don't want to lose 4 times. Obviously, this is not with fees involved. Probably with fees involved, you're looking at probably 1700 here. But the fact is that there's lots of room for air where you can have losses. That you should not be losing, in my opinion, more than 2 times in a month with this strategy. You really shouldn't. The times that I lost is when I didn't have as much. I tried to get greedy. I tried to do an iron condor, and that's a whole new strategy. But there's a lot of rules I want to show you guys too. So here's a strategy. Here's the 945. Here's your bull puts right here, guys. Now, I alerted this one. I was actually on stream on Twitch. If you guys don't know about streaming, you can follow it down in the description below. I actually go live stream for free. If you're not a part of the channel, you can just join it for free, and you'll know exactly how I do this. And if you want to get the alerts, then join the Discord. But I'll show you guys this how to do it for free. I don't even, I want you all to be successful. And if you're learning this, I don't think you got to pay, pay $1,000 a year to, learn how this strategy. I'm going to give you out the knowledge for free. Now, if I'm going to go through the stress and learn these and go through all the complaining and like, oh man, I lost. Trading is stressful. I charge a very cheap Discord. It's like $12 a month. And you get my swing trades and day trades. Just for that extra stress and just to be like, you know what, I'm going to commit my time to you guys. But here's the 945 here. You can see on this candle is bull puts. You should be selling puts. So you would go to options and you go to puts here, right when this closes, and then you should get in on this pullback to this EMA 15-minute EMA 5. Now, with credit spreads, it's really hard when you see this massive candle up. It's like, it's hard to get in. So I actually missed this entry, barely missed it. But the strike that I was looking for, you can see how it just worked beautifully, right? It just kept going up and up. And then we had, I believe, Trump talking, and the market plummeted. But here's the thing. If you're on bull puts this day, I did not take bull puts. I'll tell you in a bit. But let's say you took bull puts here. The strike that I was in, when it broke through this lower orb, you need to get the heck out of your credit spread. Because remember, if strike goes below this, then it's bear calls. It's on the other side of the trend. So right in here, when price breaks below this, you need to get out. And basically, my premium was about break even right here. I could have got out, you could get out. I was watching that strike. You could get out, just break even, and be like, you know what, this day wasn't good. I'll trade another day, and you just take no loss, right? And you're gonna wish you did, because look what happened. The minute we got bear calls, it kept going down and down. This was a massive drop from this lower orb down. That was a 0.50% drop. Yeah, so that's one of the downsides. If you hold through the end of the bell, you could sell it through here, but I like to get my whole premium. I don't like to use my day trade up, because you got to think about it. You can buy back at the latest at the most 5 cents, right? But if you expire worthless, you get the whole premium. Since I'm going so far out of the money, I'm not getting that much premium to begin with. So I want to get that full premium. So that extra 5 cents times that by 5 days in a week, that's actually that's another 25 cents a premium. That's a good bit. But I actually took bear calls, and the reason why I did that is because from this low to this high, I use a data price range tool. Typically, SPY don't move more than 1% in a day. I wasn't in no position, and I seen that we kept breaking new highs. And around 11 o'clock, I tried to get in a position on this 11 candle. I ended up going way out of the money of bear calls, which was way above this upper band here. So I was like, you know what, I'll take the chance. And I was right. SPY did go up more, and it actually went down big. So sometimes when SPY goes up big or down one direction, I will go against the orb, just based on probabilities. So I'll let you guys know in the Discord on that. Here's another example of credit spread, 945. I'm just going to show you a couple this week. I know I haven't lost a single time this week, and this was one of the hardest weeks of doing credit spreads. Keep that in mind. Right in here is your 945 candle. 10 o'clock has a body closing below this 945 orb. And so you get in right here on bear calls. As you can see, beautiful. Literally just kept going down, and you make big money. I think on this one too, I probably barely missed it. Yeah, I remember this one. I actually took bull puts. What you want to do is if you go down a lot, for example, I draw this price range here. We went down over 1.2%. So I took bull puts around here and you win. So you win on both sides. That's the beauty thing. Usually if we drop over 1%, I'll look to trade the other side. If I miss my signal, because sometimes it goes down so fast that it's hard to get into position. It's not going to happen all the time, but that's sometimes that's what happens. So here's another example at 9:45. I did bear calls on this one. I know I remember this day. Right here, we got the signal at 10 o'clock. It went down so fast again, and I wasn't in no position here as I was waiting for price to pull up a little. At 10:15, it went down more, and then right when price went up to this EMA 5, I took bear calls. Okay, now you might feel like, how the heck did you win? This was my entry right here, guys, and price went up quite a bit. But here's the difference. When price went up, it was way later in the day. This was at around 1 o'clock, right? And so it was totally fine, right? I took bear calls here. Price went down a little, and then it went up. And my premium was, I'm not kidding, from here, up here, I was like, maybe break even. I wasn't even like, I don't think I was negative. And then this consolidation just helped me out a lot, and it just tanked down. As you can see, bear calls, trend was down, and it went down. And that's the beauty thing about credit spreads. We don't have to have the most precise entry, and trading, you're not going to. Trading is really hard, and you want to make sure that you can win in all directions. Look at this massive down move. This was an easy day. I did bear calls here, and you can see it was easier to get in because it wasn't like a massive candle down. It went down. Once this candle ends, like right in here, once this candle closes, I look to get bear calls. It went up a little to fill me, and then it went down and down. Easy day. So yeah, that's the thing with credit spreads. This is how I do it, guys. I do live streams. You can find my link in the description if you want to follow me live on Twitch. I love this strategy. It's stressful. Not going to say it's not easy. I mean, if you're transforming a small account, this is the way to do it. Just a simple $2,000 account, $1,000 account. I'm making $150 a day. Realistic, not... I'm not trying to promote, how to make $1,000 a day. These are realistic returns that you can make. And who wouldn't want to make these kind of returns? Obviously, bigger accounts will make more, right? But $150 a day, I've had actually perfect months, too, of not losing. And that's looking at a $3,000 gain, right? Using about $2,000. I'm using some margin, but... I'm not risking a lot. People will be like, well, you're with a credit spread, you can lose your whole account. I have a stop loss. I'm not going to lose. The max I'm going to lose with this, with the size of contracts I'm doing, for 15 cents, I'm doing about 10 contracts. For 20 cents, if I sell, I do about 8. Max I'm losing is $450. Yeah, it might seem a lot for about the results, the max I'm winning. The max I'm winning is like 150, right? And so, I mean, it adds up, though. I mean, a loss shouldn't happen often. If you're losing more than 2 times in a month, 1, you're not following the system. 2, you're doing something wrong. Because I've been backtesting this a lot since past. I started this 2024, coming into 2025, where, the max losses I usually have is about, 3. And even if you get 3, you still win, okay? In a month. So it's a really nice system. It's not perfect. I'm not going to tell you it's perfect, but it freaking works. So if you guys do want to join the Discord, you guys are always welcome to join. I think you guys will love it. Click the link down below in YouTube comments below, and in the description will say join the premium Discord for my alerts. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. Just read how to subscribe if you want to become a member. It's pretty easy. You just hit day trade alerts, and this is when you click that, it will ask you, do you want to subscribe? I'm running a promotional video for $12 a month. All right, and you'll get the Day and Swing Trading Plus Gold membership. If you subscribe, do it on your computer to avoid the iOS fee. If you have an Android, you will have to do it on your computer. And if you're not from the US, they might charge you a little extra. But that's about it, guys. I would love to have you if you want to. I do live streams, and I've been working really hard perfecting this strategy. It's not perfect, but trading's not perfect. And if anyone's recommending me, how can I make a certain amount of money a day? A conservative $150 a day. I'm doing this in real proof. It's making me great returns, and after a while, it snowballs. Okay, and then you can increase your contracts. Like next month, you're like, you know what? I want to increase my contract by 1. And I want to highly encourage, do not increase your contracts by a lot. All right, until you have a massive win streak, do not. That is the biggest way to literally tumble your account on this strategy, because now instead of one loss, being like 3 wins, it could be like 5, 6, 7 wins if you go double your size or something. So be very conservative. And I forgot to say another thing. If it's past 1 o'clock and you're not in a trade, you don't take credit spreads, okay? Because we want time to help us. You want to get in as early as possible. Usually before 11 is ideal with these strategies. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Give it a like, subscribe, comment. Share this to one of your friends that want to learn how to make passive income, or just have a consistent strategy that is less gambly, where you have a clear risk and defined reward, right? You know exactly what you're making and you exactly know what you're losing. Market can tumble. It doesn't matter. You're just trading based on the day. Zero DTE strategy. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.